G'day viewers, well, this is a special mainly for Wayne Boombox Deluxe. This is a genuine Australian Sangamo, manufactured by Robert and Frankie Limited. It's an Australian made Sangamo HMT. As I said previously, Robert and Frankie was a licensed manufacturer in Australia for Sangamo Britain. So this is going to stay on here. I'm not going to peel this off. This is just historic, you know. It adds history to it. It does cover a lot of the original stuff behind it. There's a same number behind it, but it's part of the history. It has all the specifications behind that label. Yep, made a property of S.E.C. Legitimate Commission of Victoria. Yeah, it says a usually behind there. It says 10 to 40 amps, 230 volts, 600 watts per kilowatt hour, 1 phase, 2 wire, 50 periods. No 1/10 pointer, so I'll have to put one on here. Actually, yeah, I might do that now. I've got my dial pointers here on me as well. So it's going to smell beautiful inside. The smell inside this meter is going to be amazing. So I might as well whack that dial pointer on there before I get this thing tested. Looks like I've got a 1960s. Yeah, I'd say 1960s wiring. They're not cloth wiring. The original screws are in this thing too. There they are there. Original terminal cover too. Beautiful. Awesome. I'll go get my dial pointers out and see if I've got a spare Sangamo one. I think I have, but I might have, if I did get more dial pointers from Raymond with that 2007, let's see if I got them here. Hopefully I got an extra Sangamo one to put there. That 8 is a bit past, so that might be, I don't know, might be on the 3, that one. Probably get that one there calibrated when I stick it on. That's the challenge, I've got to calibrate that needle. Change of mind, I won't put a dial pointer on there yet. And behind here it says Melbourne City Council Watthour meter type HMT. So it's actually still a HMT Sangamo, just manufactured in Australia by Australian Sangamo, made and manufactured by Robert and Frankie Limited under licence. So Robert and Frankie was Australia's British Sangamo manufacturer. Melbourne City Council, this one. So this came, would have came off an old house or something. Most likely off a really old house. Most definitely. Very lucky to get this one. Instead of the black man, it's being black there, the gold colour, which I think Wayne Boombox Deluxe's one is as well. They're pretty much an exact clone of the HMT that Wayne Boombox Deluxe's got. Just made in Australia. That's the only difference. The only difference, this is made in Australia. Otherwise identical to the British version at that same era. Very nice looking meter, this one. These British ones do have a longer hook on the top than the emails did in Australia. It's pretty much an exact Australian copy of a genuine Sangamo HMT, and it is just made under license by Robert and Frankie. So 10 to 40 amps. A little bit of a rattler. We have an Aussie rattler. Yeah, rattly load wheel, that one. Oh, she's a rattly one. That's fully loaded, 40 amps. Gee, that's noisy. You might have to pull some apart and do some careful adjustments, as I did with the other one of these Sangamos I got, the HMT. It's never been recertified in its life, so 9/76 is probably the only time it had been done. 1976 is the only other time it would have been pulled apart, because these seals aren't original. They're 1970s seals. Ooh, that's a noisy meter. Yikes. A bit hard to tell without the 1/10 pointer on it. I thought 4 kilowatt hour. We'll see how we go on with this on this one. It's got, let's see, 63,268 kilowatt hours. Yeah, this one's done some miles. They would have stuck this number because I couldn't read it on the label, so they reprinted it and then just stuck it over so it's easier for the meterman to see it. Because you know, most of the older generation at the time needed glasses. There would have been, yeah, just to make things easier, to put those numbers over the top of the label there, make it easier for them to read it even at a distance. The load wheel itself is straight, it's not hitting anything. But boy, it's noisy. Oh my god, it's noisy. From what I can see, it's neck and neck. That's the main thing. That's a noisy old meter. It's got that old, really old rattly sound to it. Jeez. Actually, that sounds kind of like my Chamberlain and Hookham meter I got. That was the very first meter I tested. Man, that was noisy. This is about as noisy as that one here is. Listen to that thing. Rattle, rattle, rattle. Yep. So far so good, this meter. Thick metal dial pointers too, these ones. Vintage smell. Back up to 120 volts on the area. Now at 240 volts in the Varia, this transformer pushes out 60 amp max. So I'm only about half that. So I got about 30 amps going through it. So that's at 30 amps this meter. Oh, listen to it. Dang, that's noisy. Camera up close and listen to that carefully. We're neck and neck though. Exactly halfway, so is that one. Camera right up to it. Oh, listen to that poor thing. Same number. 77955. So they reprinted it just so you can see it easier. Listen to that thing. Oh, that's noisy. I may pull this on apart and check it over, like check the bearings in the load wheel. It might be slightly loose, even though it's accurate and the load wheel was perfectly centre. So I could do some careful checks just to make sure everything's alright, but from what I can see, that load wheel is perfectly central and it's dead accurate. It's not jumping around and I think it's running smoothly and everything, so it's just noisy. Rolling over. So that was a bit after the 8 anyway. It was a bit past the 8 this needle. I wasn't spot on the 8, so it was at least a thickness of that needle past the 8. The tip of that needle thickness wide past the 8. So I want to get this straight. I'll do another test on it. When I do the put the needle on, I'll get this set off straight as I can. Dead accurate on the 0, the needle, and then put the 1/10 dial on. That way it's mechanically going to be measuring right. So I can't just whack it on any old way, then it won't be accurate. it's just a very small amount of movement in the bearings. So small, it's just noisy on the potential, the vibrations on the potential coil that are magnetically moving it. Well, nice meter there. Very lucky to get this one. Hope I can get more like this though. They are getting bloody hard to find. This is one in a million, this one. Very rare find actually. I never ever thought I would ever get one of these. I originally hoped I would get one of these in my very first score I got. But, hey, I actually have got one now. Yeah, cool. So this technically is a WF1, Warburton Frankie WF1. Then the Smileys came out after this. Then the Warburton Frankie WF3s and the WF3Ss. So this is actually technically a Warburton Frankie WF1. But it's never had an official WF1 model. It's just, this is it. Yep, the needle looks like, we're close look at that needle, we are spot on the 9. Just almost spot on the 9, that needle. On that needle there, so they are, I would say probably on the 8th mark, approaching the 9th mark, that dial would be. Just mentally picturing it. Oh my god, that's noisy. That doesn't sound good. But it's running fine, so there's nothing to really worry about. Great Australian made, British quality. Although it's manufactured in Australia by Warburton Frankie Limited, so this, yeah, it'll be manufactured in Australia, not assembled in Australia from British components. It may be British components at this stage, but Warburton Frankie made a lot of stuff in Australia only, so Warburton Frankie was set up, established in the early 1900s. I think 1910 they were established, and they're still going now. They're just called WF Energy Controls Limited. They do switchboard, gear and time switches mainly now. E.A.U.T.Y is for E.A.U.T.Y, and the Lennis and Guy, they're not making their stuff in Australia anymore. Warburton Frankie is pretty much the only remnant of this industry left in Australia. Let's see, that needle is starting to pass the 9 a little bit where it was last time. Max! Beautiful. Yep, it's looking good. Looking good, alright. Looking really good. Yep, stopped good. That mate is definitely in good nick. Come plug safety first. Alright. Beautiful. It's time for a clean of this meter. Okay, all nice and clean. Here's the back of this meter. Hollow parts there. I see some green paint being scraped off. Yeah, just seen some action. Being painted along there. Over painted a little bit of sunburn on this one. Oh, it's heavy. Now these just pulled out, so I can reuse those. This thing is going to smell absolutely amazing. This thing will smell beautiful in there, I tell you what. It's just exciting, get you that nice smell. This is the first time it's been opened since the 70s. Bit of a red mark on there, like something marked it. Someone might have marked it with a marker or something to show it's anti-tamper. Anyway, I'm gonna get this wheel straightened out. You can see, yeah, it moves quite a fair bit. I did the same on my other Sangamo, HMT, and that was a success. So let's do this one. Hopefully, it should be a much quieter meter. Tab's stuck. And we'll get this needle centered perfectly, and I'll put the 1/10 one on there. Oh my god, that smells nice. Oh, that smells good. Here's inside there. Here's it. Everything's the same, the colour and everything's the same in here. As you can see there, see that how loose that is? Very loose. So I can do this up like I did with the last one. Just a very little amount though. I can't do it too much. You have to be very careful with these adjustments. I'm lighting the camera. That just sits on a spring. I showed it in the previous video in the HMT I got. So like a ruby and a hardened pin that sits in a ruby diamond bearing, a jewel bearing. Little adjuster there, it's like a little wire resistor of some sort to adjust the accuracy. There's the gears inside there. There's a little marking on the back of that plate. RR equals 600. That's a calibrated for 600 meters per kilowatt hour. There we are. What a nice meter. Anyway, let's get this dial pointer on. Now, viewers, I got one. It's a Sangamo S29 model. That one there's off. I've wound this back carefully by hand. I'm going to do very carefully. As you can see, I'm just going to carefully move this. Yeah, it's perfectly central. That's perfectly balanced. Yeah, that's fine. It's just the way it is. Because this doesn't use a float on magnetic bearings or anything, it predates that era. It uses the old, it's like a pin that sits in a cup, and the cup that the pin sits in is made of a ruby, a jewel bearing, a diamond type material. It lasts forever. It's a pretty old way to do it. There's a spring inside here, and these are both maxed out anyway. They're screwed all the way in. So you can see there, you can just feel the spring inside that. So be very careful in there. Now while I get this dial pointer glued on, and this thing's got its original 1/10 pointer dial. How good's that? Oh, that smells good. That old meter smell. Oh, I love it. There we go, viewers, all complete. I've found this in the bottom of the meter box, so it's probably going to have to be put away in my meter terminal screw stockpile and put it on one of the other emails. But anyway, that looks so much more complete now. Perfectly centered, perfectly calibrated, spot on. That needle is spot on. Looks so much better. It didn't even need super glue. I just press fitted it on. It's pretty firm fit too. So, yeah, Sangamo S29 looks like it's the exact same shaft thickness and everything. Perfect. This is a brass needle, by the way, and the rest is aluminium. But yeah, you don't notice it anyway. Look at that. That looks so much better. Put the seals all back in. Now there's a bit of a challenge to put this bit together because it's slotted the holes on top of that register. That register can move. So you've had to carefully mesh and align the gearing in there up on the register. Very carefully on that load wheel and get it perfect as it was. So it still moves freely but meshes at the register good. and it's perfectly central. As you can see there, feeder move. That looks so much better now, much more complete. Cleaned up beautifully. Again, the specs. Melbourne City Council, Watthour meter type HMT, 10 to 40 amps, 230 volts, 600 volts per kilowatt hour, 1 phase, 2 wire, 50 periods. Australian Sangamo, manufactured by Warburton Franklin Limited. All complete now. Thanks for watching.